Now, anyone who can play the saxophone like this, I can't clip my fingers, they're that cold. This. Hands are freezing, I can't feel anything now. But anyway, I thought with it being Advent and we're all adults, we shouldn't eat too much chocolate. Even the kids shouldn't eat too much chocolate. But I thought I'm going to do a very, very special thing for December. For the first 24 days, I'm going to do a special saxophone players Advent calendar. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick something on Cambridge Saxophone with playlists. I'll put the playlist below on YouTube as well. And it's a way of me sharing 24 saxophone players with you. Just to be abundantly clear, there's no way we're all going to agree on the... Oh, this is all misting over now. There's no way we're all going to agree on the same saxophone players. So if you vehemently disagree, then I strongly urge you to set up your own YouTube channel. If you've got your own YouTube channel, make your own videos, make your own playlists. It's been a lot of work putting these playlists together. It's been a lot of fun, and it highlights this important thing of being able to listen to different saxophone players. Next year, I've decided that for my Cambridge saxophone students, for my website, we're going to study a different saxophone player each month. I have to admit and own up that the idea came from Bob Mintzer in his masterclass. So, you know, everyone's different. So today we start with, in my opinion, the greatest virtuoso there's ever been on the tenor saxophone, Michael Brecker. Are you desperate to get in? It's so cold outside. It started snowing last night, but it didn't continue. I was really looking forward to it. Like I said, I was supposed to have been in London today, it got cancelled, so I've got a clear day. Kids are in after school club. I was like, please snow. I just think the drone and the camera shots, that would kind of... Now, anyone who can play the saxophone like this, I can't clip my fingers, they're that cold. This. Just deserves the title of incredible. Mike was born in Philadelphia on March 29th, 1949. Grew up around there, attended college I think for 1 year, and then joined his elder brother Randy in the band Dreams. I don't claim to be an expert on every single saxophone player that I'm going to talk to you about. I'm not a Brecker expert. I really enjoy his music and I know quite a bit about what he's done. Mostly through guys who taught me when I was in my 20s who were kind of like 20 years older than me, who were kind of Brecker obsessives when they were in their 20s. Brecker 25, 30 years ago was what Chris Potter, Joshua Redman, Branford maybe, well Branford's really not got that necessarily with, but particularly Chris Potter, Joshua Redman, those kind of guys. Both those guys kind of rolled into one. I always remember, you know, you kind of said about Brecker being on so many recordings. I remember being on holiday back in 2006. I went and visited my parents, so I'm struggling with a cold today. I went and visited my parents in Turkey, and my mum had a Michael Brecker tape. Remember tapes? We had on in the car. And there were two saxophone players on this recording. One was Kenny G and one was Mike Brecker. And I'm telling you now, you could tell who was who within a few notes of each other. They weren't playing at the same time. There is, of course, this classic clip of Brecker playing along with Kenny G and a load of others at Clinton's inaugural concert. Now, I can't show you the whole thing, and I can't show you so many clips because YouTube will just slap copyright notices all over my videos. But I wanted to just, you know, I'll post links in the description below, but I mean, there's that video there at the Clinton thing where The other guys are playing quite well, and there are some really good players on there. I mean, Jerry Mulligan has earned his stripes and is a phenomenal baritone player. When Brecker plays, it's kind of like, you think some of these guys are good, and then Brecker just goes whee, way higher than everybody else. And just sheer virtuosity, musicianship, time, tone, the golden nuggets of saxophone playing are all in there from Mike Brecker. This is a print by an English photographer, William Ellis. Think of a gig in Manchester in the early 90s. I think it was with Brecker Brothers. 1992. And it's the first of the 75 prints that William did. My brother bought me this as a Christmas present a few years ago. For me, Mike Brecker kind of took the baton on from Coltrane and just took the saxophone further. Maybe not out there in terms of avant-garde musicianship or the music or kind of deep extended techniques, but in terms of playing the saxophone within a musical context, within jazz, rock, pop. But I have to admit that a bit like Coltrane, although maybe not as much as Coltrane, I do go through phases with Michael Brecker's music. There'll be times when I'm listening to it an awful lot and I'm really digging it, I'm transcribing bits of it and I'm on it. What Brecker said to Bramford was, because he knew a lot of people were transcribing his stuff, and early days on the internet, I remember printing off PDF sheets after PDF sheets after PDF sheets of Brecker transcriptions, thinking that all I had to do was learn to play these transcriptions that were written down and suddenly I'd sound like Brecker. It just never happened. Of course, what you need to do is orally transmit it, but I've spoken at length about that. But one thing that Mike Brecker said in this interview was that people shouldn't be going around transcribing him. They should go around transcribing the people he was transcribing. That way they don't become a follower of Brecker, they become a peer of him. And this was Michael Brecker saying this about his own playing. And he was encouraging saxophone players to go away and transcribe John Coltrane, Joe Henderson, Sonny Rollins, even back to Lester Young. He was saying, go back and listen and transcribe those guys and you'll understand then how I'm coming out with the ideas that I'm coming out with. To me, that spoke just so much about the guy. I only got to hear him play once live, and that is a real regret. It's one of the things I'm so aware of now that I live in the south of England, now I live near London, I can get into London within an hour, that I have these great opportunities to go and hear and see people. And if you are in that opportunity, whether you live in New York or whether you live London, Paris, around a major city, go and see as many live acts as you can, because when you don't live in those areas, you just don't get the opportunity to do it. One instrument that I haven't mentioned yet that Mike Brecker was a king of is this one, the Iwi. This isn't a particular Iwi. He was using this as one I bought a few years ago, just to play around with mainly. I haven't used it a lot. Feels weird being back out in the garden when it's winter and you're so used to being out here in the summer. There's like all the leaves have gone off the trees now and it is really cold. I was going to try and find a bucket to clean out some of the leaves from the fire escape in my studio, but I can't seem to find what I'm looking for. It's always weird when you have a day when you plan to do something else and then it gets cleared away. For me today, I was supposed to be in London, as I said, or it was going to snow. It did neither, so I've watched Band of Brothers. I've been catching up on some of the jazz series with Ken Burns and did a bit of practice. I don't really do too much practice because I've had a mammoth few weeks. I'm gigging over the weekend. I do need to do a bit of work for the 2 gigs I've got over the weekend and also for this jazz carol thing I've got coming up. Got myself an Xbox One last week on Black Friday. Don't tell anyone, it's supposed to be my Christmas present. I kind of leveled it out with Katie that the last Xbox I bought, the 360, I bought 9 years ago, and I've had it all that length of time. It's cost me about £16–17 a year, and I spend at least £50 a year on just flowers for Katie, never mind anything else. Kind of works, she kind of bought it. So If any of you are on FIFA 18 or anything else like that, drop me a message. I'll share my my username. We can maybe play some Xbox Live. Thinking about getting Call of Duty or F1 2017. Haven't decided which one I want yet. I am acutely aware that I've spent so much time. Go watch this vlog when I went to the computer museum. I have spent a lot of time playing computer games over the year, and at times I feel very, very guilty about that. You know, how much time have I wasted instead of practicing? But I have spent a lot of time practicing, and I have spent a lot of time playing music, and I don't know, I don't want to be music 24/7. I have been at periods in my life. I'm not anymore. I love it. I appreciate the opportunity it gives me, but I just feel for my mental health, it's not always good to have everything consuming music. It's nice to have a break, a turn off, something completely different to do. One of my favourite emails to get on a Friday is from this guy, Tim Ferriss. You've heard me talking about him before on the blog. His Tribe of Mentors book I'm asking for Christmas. Rather than getting it right now, his Tools of the Titans, a book I've referred to a lot. I really like his 5 Bullet Friday email, and I try and do something similar with my email list for saxophone students on a Saturday morning. So if you're not already on that list, you should go over to cambridgesaxophone.com, wait for a little pop-up that says fancy 4 free lessons. Of course, you can get the 4 free video lessons then. Thank you very much for watching today's vlog. If you don't already, please hit that subscribe button. Check out what I was doing yesterday here and this time last year. I will see you tomorrow with a new Advent saxophone player. Make sure you check out on Cambridge Saxophone as well. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.